Hi everybody, welcome to Flosstube number 12. Today is Friday the 25th of April. I know I'm coming to you late this week, and the reason being is because I've been sick. So first off, I just want to welcome you in. My name is Chelsea, for those of you who don't know. This is my Flosstube channel. I am the creator, the owner, the designer of Vermont Stitchy Co. So well, for the most part, any cross stitch that you see on my channel, I designed and made up myself. If I didn't, I will tell you, but just for the most part, what you see is what I've designed. Those of you who are new, welcome in. Sit down, get your stitching going, and let's have a chat. I wanted to pop in. I know, again, like I said, I know I'm late. It's Friday instead of Wednesday. I do apologize for that. But I've been sick for about a week. Don't know with what. Maybe the COVID. I don't know. I lost my sense of smell, so maybe that was it. I just go with it most of the time. So I've been sick for a week, getting over some like chest stuff and in my nose. Really hard to talk, not because I can't, it's not in my throat, it's just every time I was talking I was coughing, so I was like, let's not do that. Still was working at the same time, so because I work from home I can relax and do my thing but still be working, so I can drink tea as often as I want, etc. The cats aren't with me today. I just heard them run up the stairs, so maybe they'll join me, but I don't. Oh, there's one. There's Shadowfax. We'll see. But yeah, I've been sick. And then on top of being sick, I was sleeping a lot, so I wasn't motivated to do any cross stitching because it just hurt, especially in my neck for whatever reason. It was really hurting down here to just look down. And then once I started feeling better, I got really down on myself because I didn't put out a pattern this week on my Etsy shop because I've been really sick and I didn't finish what I had been doing. So I got really down on myself, and I don't know if anybody else is like this, but for me, I mean, I do have depression, you know, it's occasional, it's seasonal a little bit, but when I get down on myself, I freeze. And I'm like, I can't do anything. So I just kind of sit there. I have projects to do, but I just am like, oh, I didn't meet the deadline that I told myself I was going to meet, and I'm a loser and I can't do anything right, and so what's the point? And I kind of just throw up my hands. I'm like, I can't do anything. I'm too overwhelmed. I can't do anything. I'm just gonna do my work, read a book, and that's it. I just can't. Yeah, I was just frozen. I was just like, there's no point. There's no point. What am I doing here? Why am I making an Etsy shop? Why am I creating all of this? Like, I even had a mental block in terms of designing too. I was just like, none of this is fun. I don't enjoy what I'm doing. These are crap designs. Oh, there's a kitty. Yeah, so I was just, for a week. I know that doesn't seem like a long time, but for me, that is a long time to be kind of down in the dumps and not happy. But it took a lot of effort, but I motivated myself yesterday. I did also kind of run out of certain floss for this one that I've been doing. So yesterday I pulled on my big girl pants and said, you need to go out and get more floss. And to motivate myself to go do that as well, I picked another chart that I have already designed months ago. And I said, you're gonna do this because you've been looking forward to doing this. Get done with the one you're currently on, and you get to do this new pattern. So I went out to Michael's and I bought the floss. I also bought Rit dye because I wasn't sure what color I wanted the background, and Michael's only has a certain, at least the Michael's in Keene, New Hampshire, that's the closest Michael's I have. That Michael's has a very limited selection of 14 count Aida colors. I mean, they're pretty, but there's like a pink in there and a mottled pink and orange and then a black and a bunch of whites, and you know, I wasn't happy. But the Rit dye has so many beautiful colors that I thought, okay, well, why don't I just get a white 14 count Aida and then dye it whatever color I want. So that's what I did. I got a Rit dye. I'll show you in a second. But yes, so that was my motivation. I was like, okay, let's just go out, get the floss that you need for this new one that you want to do. You've been wanting to do it for months. It's summertime, sort of, in Vermont, and let's get it going. You know, let that be your motivation to put you back into the mood. And once I did that, my brain kind of clicked into place, and I have a Halloween pattern. Yes, I know it's not Halloween anytime soon, but I like to get ready, and I design patterns that just move me. Like if I have an idea, I don't sit on it and just say, you know, it's not time, like it's not the season. I just get it out of my brain. That's just how I have to do it. I have to get it out of my brain. So I have one that I'm working on, that I had been working on, and it was a real struggle because I'd been in this mood of like, you're a loser, you can't do anything, your designs are crap. And once I was like, okay, you're gonna go get this floss, you've been wanting to do this particular pattern for a while, everything clicked in my brain, and I was like, oh, the design wasn't fitting what I wanted. I liked everything that was in it, but it didn't sit right. And so once I was able to clear that blockage, I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing now. This is how I want it to lay on the 14 count Aida and on the design. So I'm very proud of myself for being able to find my path through the depression and get through. Like, I'm still not 100% myself. I still have a cold. I'm still a little bit down, but I'm working my way back up, slowly but surely. And I'm also not going to put so much pressure on myself to be like, go, 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 you got to do this, you got to do this. Because I don't know about any of you, but am I a millennial? I think I'm considered a millennial. I never can keep it straight. I was born in 87. I think I am. Somebody tell me in the comments, am I a millennial? But anyways, when I was growing up, there was this like, oh, you create a business and you need to go, go, go and do everything that you can to make it succeed because money is success. And now we've got this new generation, this new way of thinking, which I really, really like and kind of fits into how I hold myself and my beliefs, is like, just do what you love and then it's not work. And I really, really like that. I feel that way with my work. It's you know, I love it, I enjoy it. It's not really work, it's just fun, and I get to spend time at home and like do my thing, so I enjoy it. So I want to put that same effort into my cross stitch and just do what I love. And if it makes money, great, but also it brings me a smile, it makes me happy, it makes my heart full, and that's what I really want with cross stitching, quilting, any sort of crafty thing I like to do. I've also done embroidery, which is that one right there, and that one. Those are embroidery kits. And then I've done, I've done felt needling, where you poke the felt, and then I also poked myself. Guys, that is a dangerous thing. The felt poking thing, oh, my fingers were not happy with that one. And then there's the other one that's like, where you poke into the fabric and with yarn, and there's like a tool, I don't know what it's called, but that was really fun. But any crafty thing, it makes my heart full, it makes me happy, and I want to continue doing that without so much pressure on like, you need to make money. I don't, why? I have a full-time job that makes me okay money. Let's just find things that make me happy mentally. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. So on that, I have decided that these are just my notes, I'm gonna do a new film schedule, I think, because this term is really, really busy with work. So trying to be able to cross stitch fast enough to have something every week is really difficult. So I'm gonna move to every 2 weeks now, just for this term. So if the spring term and the fall term for the university are really, really busy, but the intermediate terms, so that's summer and winter, are a lot less busy. So I can keep up with what I design in the winter and summer, but not so much in spring, which we're in right now, the spring term, and then in the fall term. So for right now, for the remainder of this term, which is, it's a 11-week term in total, and then right now we're in week 3. So I'm just, for the next few weeks, I'm just going to do every other week, and if I like that schedule, great. If I miss it, I'll go back to just making videos. But I'm hoping that with the every 2 weeks, sorry, not every other week, well, it's the same thing. Every 2 weeks, I'll have at least 2 patterns to bring for you. I will try and continually post every week a new pattern to my Etsy shop. I didn't get one this week. It's just, it is what it is. I'm gonna finish the one that I'm working on and post it next week. It is what it is. I mean, telling my inner self that I'm not a loser is difficult, but you know, it is what it is. Next week, next Monday, I'm hoping to have it done, which is the Monday coming up, and I'll have it posted. And I've even been absent on Instagram. Like I've posted nothing for the past week just because I'm sick and I haven't had anything to post. So hopefully I can get back into the rhythm of it. But just so you know, it's going to be every 2 weeks. I'm going to make a video at least for this term, and then maybe in the summer it'll be more regular. Just see how it feels, what the schedule feels like. But yeah, I just want to have more content coming to you guys and to show you more, and I don't know, it'll allow me a little bit more freedom and not feel so down in the dumps if I happen to miss a video filming day, if I get sick or something happens. So so we'll do that. So that'll start, this will be the last one for this week, and then 2 weeks from now I'll do another Wednesday. I like Wednesdays. I don't know, I like Wednesdays. But I want to show you my haul that I got, and then I'll show you the progress that I've made on the newest, on my one that I've been working on, and then we'll wrap it up. So first off, for the new cross stitch pattern, it's going to be an underwater scene, and I was really unsure of what color to choose to dye my fabric, because the underwater scene has purples and yellows and greens. I'm looking at the floss here because I have it right here. Blues, and I wanted something that, and a few pinks. Yeah, mostly blues and grays, and I wanted it to, the floss to pop. So I chose this Rit Dye purple. Trying not to get the glare here. It is an all-purpose dye, so it works on cotton, wool, nylon, and more. There are Rit dyes that are just for polyester fabric or synthetic fabric, I think they call it, and different versions of this. And this is a bottle, little ASMR for you. It's just a bottle. It's full of purple dye, and you just I put a capful into boiling water, and the fabric has been boiling for a little while to loosen it up. I put a capful in, stir it around. If I like the way the color is sitting on the fabric, I'll just leave that alone. But if I want it darker or richer, I might add another capful. Did I say cup? I meant cap, a capful. It's just this little cap here. So this is the same brand that I have with the blue on the fabric that I'm going to show you in a second. Same brand, same type, the all-purpose dye. And it works like a charm. I really like it. I've never used the purple before. I've only used blue, but we have a family friend who just dyed his jeans purple. He bleached his jeans, and he said it took like 18 hours to bleach his jeans, and then he Rit dyed them. And I thought that was such a clever idea, because you never see purple jeans anymore. There was a time in the 2010s to 2015 where you could see purple jeans. Not anymore, and I miss it. So I might take an old pair of jeans and just give it a try. But for right now, I'm just gonna dye 14 count Ada. And then I bought a bunch of floss. I'll just show you a handful, but these are kind of the colors that I'm going for the underwater scene. I know it's messy, sorry. But I'm really, really excited about it. I think that it'll help me get back into the groove of things, into feeling successful. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And hopefully I can have that done, the underwater scene done by the next time I film, which would be 2 weeks from now. So fingers crossed that I stay motivated. I also have a quilt that I have to start doing. So I have to get stabilizer because it's a t-shirt quilt. Well, t-shirt quilt, is it a sweatshirt quilt? Same thing. I've been commissioned to make a t-shirt quilt for my next door neighbor's mom, whose brother died suddenly and sadly. And so I have a bunch of sweatshirts of his, and it's a lot. So I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna make a giant quilt, or making a bunch of small quilts, and how much stabilizer do I need? And my brother machine is still in the at the mechanics, the shop, to get fixed, and I called last week and they said, oh, the part still hasn't come in. So hopefully by May, I'm gonna give them a call the first week of May or so, and hopefully I'll get my machine back so I can do that. I do have another machine, but it's just crap. Like, it's just plastic. Any of you guys sew and know those plastic machines? It's just crap. My big brother machine, her name is Thor. She's all metal, and she can take a lot of weight, and it's lovely, and she's just well, she's not a straight stitch because I use her for free motion. Anyways, it's a big brother. They don't make the brother anymore. I got her like 5 or 6 years ago. I love brother machines, but I need her fixed now. So let me show you the progress that I've made. My cousin calls this the brain, the frog brain, and I love it. But you can see the progress, and this is blue dye. It's not really coming off on the camera, at least on my end. I don't feel like it's as bright as it is in person, but this is Rit dye, the same brand, exactly the same. It's just called aquamarine, whereas this is just called purple. And they've got bunches of colors. Aquamarine, they've got a wine color, they've got red, cherry red, fuchsia, all the colors that you can think of, and they're at Michael's. And if I can find it, I will put a link in the description box below. But this is the aquamarine. 1 capful in boiling water. Let this sit in a simmer and then turn it off. Simmer it in the Rit dye for maybe 10 minutes. Take a look at it. I thought, oh, okay, I like this color. It's light enough. It looks like water, which is what I wanted to go for here on top of a lily pad. There's water, lilies. There'll be 2 dragonflies, 2 moths, and 1 or 2 more flowers, and then another flower over here. But I want it to give the impression of water. So I liked this color. If you want it darker, you would just add another cap full, let it sit, occasionally lift it up. After the 15 minutes of simmering, I turn it off and just let the water stay warm on top of the stove top and soak it until I like the color. And then you just pull it out. What I like to do to set it, and there are specific instructions on the Rit dye if you want to, but what I do is after I take it out, I put it on a cookie sheet with what do you call that? Wax paper, parchment paper. Put it on top of parchment paper, cookie sheet, stick it in the oven at the lowest setting your oven will possibly go. Mine is 175, and I just put it in there at 175 and just let it go. After 10 to 15 minutes, I'll pull it out, check to see how dry it is, and then normally 10 to 15 minutes will dry it out. If it's still a little damp, excuse me, you can hear my throat. If it's still a little damp, turn the oven off, but just keep it in, and it should dry out by the time the oven cools. And then you'll have a beautiful Rit dye. And I don't wash it. I don't do it. I mean, it's cross stitch, so I'm not going to wash it or anything, so you don't need to worry about it. I know people have put cross stitch patterns on quilts. I don't know anything about that. I've never done it. I don't know anything about washing 14 count Aida after you Rit dye it. I don't know if it works or not. I don't know if the color stays. So just be careful if you decide to put it into something that you're going to wash. But otherwise, after the oven, it sets the color. I never get any color on my hands after I put it in the oven. It just stays on the fabric, so there's no worry about that. I think that if I didn't set it in the oven and let it dry naturally in the air, it probably would put some color on my fingers, but for right now it's perfectly fine. So again, I'll show you. This is the one that I got really down in the dumps on, that I thought, oh, I didn't meet the deadline, I'm a loser. And it was only like that much green here. The frog wasn't filled in. And so the past few days I really worked hard to get this done. So I had to buy more floss for here and then for the other bits. But I think it looks really nice. I really like it. If you like it and you choose to buy it, again, there's no obligation on this channel to ever buy any of my stuff on my Etsy shop. The links are in below. But remember, with cross stitch, the beautiful thing is you can make it your own. If you don't like how light the blue color is, dye it darker. If you don't like that the frog is blue, choose a different color. You know, you can make it your own. You can make it a pink frog, a red frog, whatever you want to do. That's the wonderful thing about cross stitch. Same with the flowers. If pink is not your thing but purple is, make the flowers purple. I'm gonna have 2 dragonflies that are, I think they're blue and red. If you don't like that, you change it yourself to a different color. And then the 2 moths are this beautiful, I think, a beautiful pink color. Again, pink not your thing, choose a different color. That's the wonderful thing about cross stitch. You can make it your own. Same with quilting, but this is a Flosstube channel, so we're gonna talk about mostly cross stitch here. Okay, so that's what I have so far. I am trying to work my way out of this little depression that I'm in. You know, crafting depression, down in the dumps thing. And I really hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining me today. It makes my heart happy that you're here with me, and that you're enjoying and enjoying my content. And like I said before, it's going to be 2 weeks till my next video, and hopefully I'll have not only this but the underwater scene for you guys. Have a great day, enjoy some stitching, and remember, take some time for yourself. Bye!